I'd like to say happy Sabbath to everybody here in Orlando. I'm Brother Thin. Reading for me today would be Brother Joseph. Yes, sir. We're going to deal with a lesson entitled The Word, an Outlook on Life, Part 2, Another Look. The Word, an Outlook on Life, Part 2, Another Look. Now, y'all saying, Brother Thin, we ain't heard number one. That's all right. Got to wait till it rotate back around. But what I did was, I was going to bring you number one. I just modified it. Because I brought in a couple of more things that I took out from the last one. And the reason why I'm saying certain things is this, is that we see a lot of things going on today, you know, from a lot of different parts of tragedy, from deaths to diseases, to world news, and, you know, to politics and how corrupt that is, so forth and so on. But we never ask the question why. And sometimes when we see certain things, we charge God foolishly by not understanding why. You got to understand this one thing. If this world was nothing but a blessed utopia of nothing but righteousness, how would you be able to combat evil when you see it? If it's only life, what would happen if death arrives? Well, how would you handle it? So the Lord set one against another. And sometimes you got to ask yourself the question, how did you get into this word? What steps it took for you to come into this word? Think about how your life transpired. What inspired you? What gave you that drive? Why did you do some of the bad things that you did? What drove you to that? Because we wasn't always good. Come on now. I'm saying act like you was always good. Because I'm not even going to say I wasn't. Jesus said, why you call me good? There's none good. He wouldn't let you give him that title. And he was without sin. We see a lot of things. We see deaths from people that we feel as though shouldn't have died. We see people live that we feel as though should have died. We see innocent people and good folks get the hard end of the stick. We see people living good, nice, and easy, getting the best end of the stick. And we don't never ask the reason why. And sometimes things are done for a reason. Don't think for 1 minute that this world is operating by itself. The Lord controls everything down to the last drop. And sometimes this God, he set the tone. He not only bring in good and evil, he bring in conditions and situations. And sometimes it takes time for it to happen. You know? And the Lord do certain things. So in this lesson, we're going to see a lot of different things. And as you're going through this lesson, reflect on your life and see how you can recognize what the Lord is talking about. You know? I love this class, Orlando. Why I love you so much? Because it's warm. Because it's warm. I just come from coldness. It's cold, the weather cold, and the people kind of cold. It's warm, you know. And warm climate, they treat you a little bit better, you know. Is that what it is? I guess so. But that being said, is that it's always a blessing to be here and fellowship with you all. So we're going to start this lesson in St. John, the first chapter. St. John, the first chapter. St. John, the first chapter. We're going to take our time. Now listen, I'm going to forewarn you. It's a part in here we're going to do a lot of reading, okay? I'm going to try to speed the reader up. But I got to point some things out so we can catch some stuff, okay? Because I like to bring the word of God on another angle. And I like to bring it to where you can actually put a finger on it. And I like to correlate it to what's going on today. So overlook my slang talk. I try to be a little bit more politically correct. But I don't think everybody in here passed English with an A. That being said, let's keep it moving. I'm not by nor try. I'm singing. St. John 1. St. John 1. We heard this a lot. We read this a lot. We just going to show you something. St. John 1 and pick it up at verse 1. St. John 1 and 1. Josh, right?
Joseph.
I'm sorry, brother. Don't hurt me. Joseph.
Yes, sir.
St. John 1 and verse 1. When you get there, brother, go ahead and read.
In the beginning was the Word.
Yes, sir.
And the Word was with God.
Uh-huh.
And the Word was God.
We understand that. The beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. Y'all heard that a lot of times, right? Go ahead and read.
The same was in the beginning with God.
Same was in the beginning with God, right? We're not focused on that. I'm just showing you something. Go ahead.
All things were made by Him.
Oh, that's what I want you to get you to focus on. All things were made by who?
By Him.
Go ahead.
And without Him was not anything made that was made.
Go ahead.
In Him was life.
Yes, sir.
And the life was the light of men.
Now, this is what I'm pointing out. You got to understand all things were made. So anything in existence was made by Him, whether it's seen or unseen. You don't come up with no discovery, people. He just put it in your hand to bring it forth to the people. That's it. Only thing He give you the choice is how to choose. And I'm going to show you all that. But He said all things were made by Him, right?
Yes, sir.
All cover everything, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a big statement when you say all things. That means evil, pedophiles, murderers. He made them, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wizards, necromancers, good people. He made it all. See? Disease, airborne, bloodborne, waterborne. However you want to feel it. He made it all. And that's a big statement, people. So you got to ask the question, He made this all, right? We're going to get deep into that. Nehemiah 8. Because sometimes y'all think the Israel of God be working on autopilot, like we just come up with this stuff. We don't come up with nothing that we do in the Israel of God. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Trust me. We bringing something very old. Nehemiah the 8th chapter. Something very old. Everything we do is old. Let me tell y'all, even everybody's looking here is old. You are a reflection of parents. You look like you look like your daddy. You look like your mama. Your look ain't even original. You thought you was your own person. Come on, man. We about to get into some stuff today. Everybody want to be their own person. Everybody think that man is doing their own thing. No, we going to get into something. Nehemiah 8, pick it up at verse 1, brother. Nehemiah 8 and 1. When you get there, brother, go ahead and read.
And all the people gathered themselves together as one man into the street that was before the water gate.
Yes, sir.
And they spake unto Ezra the scribe to bring the book of the law of Moses, which the Lord had commanded to Israel.
That's what we have right standing before us. Bible, Biblos, binding of books. It's sitting right here before us. Moses' laws is in here too, right? Go ahead and read.
And Ezra the priest brought the law before the congregation, both of men and women, and all that could hear with understanding, upon the first day of the 7th month.
Now everybody is in here. Men and women and children. And we are in here trying to understand this word, right? Some of us understand even what we just read. Some people it's probably new to you, so you catching on. Go ahead and read.
3. And he read therein before the street that was before the water gate, from the morning until midday.
Now y'all tripping about 2-hour lessons. They was reading the book from morning to midday. No intermission. Go ahead and read.
Before the men and the woman, and those that could understand. And the ears of all the people were attentive unto the book of the law.
They was attentive to the book of the law. Skip down to verse 5.
And Ezra,
Hold on. Skip down to verse 4 and read. Well, I ain't got to skip, do I? I ain't had to skip, right? Go ahead and read right through that.
So read 4.
Read 4.
And Ezra the scribe stood upon the pulpit of the wood.
That's where I'm standing at, right? Pulpit, right? It's made of wood, ain't it?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and read.
Which they had made of the purpose, made for the purpose.
Yes, sir.
And beside him stood Mathaniah.
Now, on the first Sabbath of the month, if you're not in Chicago, then you're seeing it on the screen. Am I correct? You see something every first of the Sabbath of the month. This is what you see. You see if somebody sitting at the pulpit. You see Brother Boy right here. Okay? And what else do you see? He said beside him stood who?
Mathaniah.
Yep, that's 1.
Shemiah.
That's 2.
Anaiah.
That's 3.
Urijah.
That's 4.
Hilkiah.
That's 5.
Masaniah.
That's 6 on what side?
On his right hand.
On his right side, you see 6 brothers sitting on the right side, right? Let's see what's on the left side. Go ahead.
And on his left hand, Pedadiah.
That's 1.
Messiah.
That's 2.
Melchiah.
That's 3.
And Hoshama.
That's 4.
And Hachabana.
That's 5.
Zachariah.
That's 6.
And Melcham.
And the reader. You 7 people on the left side. And the screen is on your right side. That's what you see on the first of the month. The first Sabbath. Y'all thought we just made that up, didn't y'all? I'm telling you, we Bible speak. We bring nothing but the Bible in this place. We don't do nothing on our own. Go ahead and read. What did he read to these people? What was they doing? Go ahead.
5. And Ezra opened the book in the sight of all the people.
That's what we did when we first opened up. He opened up with a prayer, right?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
For he was above all the people.
Yeah, he was, because we all stood up, right? Now, we not raised up, but you know some of our classes have stages and stuff. So we're a little bit above the people. Go ahead and read.
And when he opened it, all the people stood up.
And that's what we did. Stand up and we pray, right? That's what we do when we open up. That's what they did too. Go ahead and read.
And Ezra blessed the Lord, the great God. And all the people answered, Amen, Amen.
The great God, brother. Yes, sir.
Amen, Amen. With lifting up their hands, and they bowed their head and worshiped the Lord with their face to the ground.
Now, the reason why I'm pointing this out is because I'm showing y'all nothing is just done just by doing it. I'm showing y'all that. And we're going to show you through all this. Go ahead and read.
Also Joshua and Benaiah.
Yes, sir.
And Shebabiah.
Uh-huh.
Jamin, Akkad, Shabbatiah.
Yes, sir.
Hodiah, Masiah, Kelita, Azariah, Josabad, Hannah, Peldiah. And the Levites caused the people to understand the law. And the people stood in their place.
Now these brothers that were scattered out amongst the people, they was doing what I'm doing. As he reading, I'm giving you the understanding of it. Because it was a great multitude of people. So they had that. They didn't have speaker systems like we have. See? So you got to have these brothers scattered out. And as they reading it, they breaking it down to you. Same thing, but there's only one person that got to break it down because we got an amplified system in here. See? Ain't nothing new. Now, this is what they did, right? Go ahead.
8. So they read in the book in the law of God distinctly.
That's what you're doing. Go ahead.
And gave the sense.
And you got to get a sense. Sometimes it don't make sense. You got to make this word make sense to me. Read.
And cause them to understand the reading.
Cause me to understand what I'm reading. See? So don't let nobody say you don't need guided through the Bible. That's a lie. You read this to them. You got to have somebody that serve the Lord to make you make sense out of what you are reading because you may not understand it. And sometimes the person that's breaking everything down may not understand everything. Okay? So some things, if you can't understand it, leave it alone. Keep it moving. Don't try to interpret it or say this, that. No, that's not what you do. Because the Lord got people out here to make sense of what's happening. Because when it's right and it's flowing right, it makes sense. See? Was that the end of that?
Yeah, that's the end of 8.
Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. Now, you got to make sense out of life, okay? Why is all this stuff going on in these last days? Make sense of what's going on to me. I need to know what's going on out here in the world. I need to get a handle of what's going on. Let's check it out. Before you can get a handle on something, let's find out what life consists of. And let me show you some people. When we break this down, this is why we live. We live more than just preaching the word of God. The Lord got things out here that our natural life we live for. Let's go to Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. We're going to pick it up a little bit. I like that reading doing them names. I threw that in there. I wasn't going to throw that in there. I just wanted to see how your reading was. You didn't disappoint me either, brother.
Praise God.
Like you had to appoint you, whether you did or didn't, it wouldn't make any difference, but that was pretty good. Ecclesiastes, the 2nd chapter. Hey, if you're going to read, read. You know, Ecclesiastes, the 2nd. This is some of the things life consists of. Now, this is Solomon. Wisest man ever lived, richest man ever lived. Bill Gates ain't got nothing on him. Buffett, none of them. They don't come within range. Trust me. Okay? Because when the Lord bless you, can't nobody come within distance. Ecclesiastes 2, pick it up at verse 3. Pick it up, go ahead.
I sought in my heart to give myself unto wine.
He got that wine in the cup because he's trying to get a handle on life. You know, we always got to have some wine. You ever notice? You got to have a glass. I'm not talking to you young kids. Y'all get grape juice. Get some, some high C or something. I don't know, a pop or something. And sit back and see what's going on. Go ahead and read.
Yet acquainting my heart with wisdom.
Yes, sir.
And to lay hold on folly, till I might see what was that good for the Son of Men, which they should do under the heaven all the days of their life.
He said, I gotta grasp why man gotta deal with this folly, and why do we do some of the things under the sun? Let's check it out. He gonna run down some things that life consists of. And I'm gonna show y'all ain't nothing different. Go ahead and read.
I made me great works.
I've made great works. Y'all got great works. He said, I got BAs, MBs. I mean, ML, you know what I meant? PhDs. I had all that. That's great works. Go ahead. Bachelors.
I built me houses.
He built houses. That means he had a construction company. He was a realtor. I build communities. That's what they do now, right? Read.
I planted me vineyards.
Vineyards. HGTV ain't got nothing on Solomon. Martha Stewart and all them. I did all the gardening in that. I got me gardens. Read.
I made me garden and orchards.
Orchards. See, they just give you garden, but you got an orchard? You're like, man, I ain't got to that level. Read.
And planted trees in them of all kinds of fruit.
All types of trees. See, some trees you can't even get in America. See? You want to own a lumber yard, I've been there. Ace Hardware ain't got nothing on me. You're talking about what? What's that building company that everybody go to? Home Depot? I've been had one of those. Read. And that's what we deal with. This is what life consists of. You got a Home Depot. You got gardening. You see that all on the TV. All this stuff you see every day, and you don't pay attention. Read.
I made me pools of water.
Pools of water. We love going swimming and when it get hot. Everybody want to have a little pool in their yard. I've been there, man. I got lakes in my yard. Read.
To water therewith the woods that bringeth forth trees. I got me servants and maidens.
I got servants and maidens. You know what servants and maidens? People that clean and do stuff. I got companies that do that. Solomon, see, what can you get? Y'all don't even see. People don't. And when we get money, ain't that what we get? We ain't about to clean up nothing. We about to go hire somebody. That's the first thing we get. We ain't got time to clean up. We got to have time to spend that money. So we're going to get somebody to clean up. Watch the kids and everything else. Bring my car in here. You got chauffeurs. What you need a chauffeur for? Because them men servants and maid servants. Come in. You got plush linen on the bed. You don't pay that attention. See, I had linen companies. Read.
And had servants born in my house.
I had servants born. See, you got to go out and hire people. I got people that's born to work for me. You got that? You got to go out and solicit help. No, I got help being born in my company. See, that I ain't at that level. I got to hire in to see who qualify. Hire in? What? Got people already born. I don't need no background check because I already know they born here. I know how they are. That's top of the line. You didn't read, man.
Also had great possessions of
had great possessions of what?
Of great and small cattle above all that were in Jerusalem.
I had slaughterhouses. Sarah Lee and all these meat factories, they had nothing on me. Because you got to get a slice of meat. Ain't that what we talked about? I provide food. I got everything. What is that for you to go out and do? I got everything right here. See, y'all not paying attention. And this is what we do. We got to go to the store and buy these things. Read.
Before me. I gathered me also silver and gold, and the peculiar treasures of kings and of the provinces. I got me men.
Hold on. Bugatti. Watches. What's that? Rolex ain't had nothing on me. Peculiar treasure. You can't find this nowhere on earth. See, what I got, you can't find. See? And he had it in abundance. Y'all not paying attention to what you're reading, are you? See, this is what life consists of. This is the outlook on how you should look. This is the same thing while we work. And little kids want the same because they asking the parents to buy them the things that they like. Read.
I got me men singers and women singers.
I had a choir and a band. I had a recording studio. Men singers. What you singing for? I got to record. Symphony orchestra ain't got nothing on me. I've been there. Done that. You know that saying, been there, done that? That's what Solomon can say. What can you do? Who got orchestras? Who got big choirs? Y'all gotta buy, go out and buy people to form these little bands and stuff. What? Man, I got a recording studio bigger than, come on, man, let's go read.
And the delight of the sons of men.
Yeah, where we at?
And the 8, as
go
musical
ahead.
Instruments and that of all sorts.
Musical instruments, I got it all. He had the band and he had the choir. He got live entertainment. Count Basie and all them ain't had nothing on him. You know the jazz little places, I've been there. Read.
Verse 9. So I was great and increased more than all that were before me in Jerusalem.
All that was before him in Jerusalem. All that was before him in the world as well. Read.
Also my wisdom remained with me.
And see, this is what happens when you know your wisdom remains. You know, some people, they start increasing these things that we just read about, and they lose their mind. You say, no, man. I had my mind. I was good. My mind was there too. And that's another thing. When you got money, and you got all these things, and you in your right mind. He wasn't stressed out. He wasn't a drug addict. He wasn't, and he had the wisdom, so he knew how to combat everything from all angles. And he knew how to keep everybody satisfied as well as himself. And be sane. How many people can do that? People come home stressed out because they got to run all this or oversee it. He's sweet. How you doing, darling? It's like a breath of fresh air to him. Who has that type of wisdom? Y'all be hurting yourself. Got to go get massage therapy, aromatherapy. You know, you just overwhelmed. He ain't overwhelmed. He said, my mind is right in me. Was that the end of what, verse 10?
Beginning of 10.
Go ahead.
And whatsoever mine eyes desire, I kept not from them.
He said, I ain't keep myself from nothing. If I wanted to bungee jump, I did. Paraglide, I did that. I don't know how they did it, but everybody did it somehow. Jumped off of, I don't know. Some high and just kept it going. He said, I didn't keep myself from doing nothing. Some of y'all can't say that. We got a schedule when we can do certain things and put a and pay on it. Or I can't, or you know, nah, he said, I ain't keep my heart from nothing that I wanted to do. That's a big statement. Read.
I withheld not my heart from any joy.
Nope. Go ahead, finish that.
For my heart rejoiced in all my labor, and this was my portion of all my labor.
This is your portion. This is what life consists of. Your flesh and blood life. Because we ain't got to what the Father created us for when we get to that next level. But this is what you strive for. This is what we send our kids to college for. This is why we try to get a great education to obtain this. What else you doing it for? You tell me. I don't see nobody going to college getting an education just because. I just like learning. What? I like learning. I like learning. I also like to have money in my pocket as well. Because the people that's teaching you, if you can't pay them, they cut you off quick, don't they? They come get you out your class. I don't want him to hear nothing else. Come on. That's how they are in college, ain't they? Was that the end of that?
And the 10.
Skip down to 12 and keep it moving.
And I turned myself to behold wisdom and madness and folly.
He said, I beheld wisdom. I beheld madness and I beheld folly. Keep that in mind. Go ahead and read.
For what can the man do that cometh after the king?
What can you do today that I haven't done? That's coming after me. What have you done? I'm going to show you that. Read.
Even that which had been already done.
Even that's been. What's going on now has been done before. You got cars. They say, how many horsepower does it have? Because horses was doing that. How much torque? Because the bulls and that are able to pull. That's the torque, to be able to push and pull and to move. Ain't nothing new. Planes, birds been flying ever since the Lord made fowls. You just not got up out the air. They ain't had submarines. Man, the fish has been down there. There's certain places the submarines can't even move to. That pressure crush them. And you got living organisms down there that glow in the dark. They can withstand the pressure, but we can't create nothing to go down to that pressure. That's cold, ain't it? And they can't come up to a certain distance, and you can't go down to a certain distance. I'm telling you, ain't nothing new. What? Facebook? That's new?
Nah, sir.
People you talking in front of them. Texting and that is old. The angels been doing that. Emailing and going up. That ain't nothing but sending a message. Text message. Text is written down, sent on however it goes. Through the airs. Hey, ain't they had the angels come and go like the wind. They tell on everybody. They come and go like the light. Looks like the circuits. Say they move like a circuit, right? Mm-hmm. Ain't that what the text message move in circuits? I ain't got the text yet because the circuit ain't came in yet. See, ain't nothing new. What's new? Tell me something that's new, people. Social media, social lies, and that's all. Come on now. Nothing new. Oh, mass destruction. Now y'all can see what one angel can do. One angel can take the whole world out in seconds. Nothing new, people. Was that the end of that?
13.
Go ahead to 14.
Then I saw that wisdom excelleth folly.
Yeah, wisdom excels folly. Go ahead.
As far as light excelleth darkness.
As far as the light excels darkness, that light always excels at darkness. Go ahead.
The wise man's eyes are in his head.
Where you at?
14.
Go ahead.
But the fool walketh in darkness, and I myself perceive it also that one event happened to them all.
The wise man's eyes are in his head, but the fool walketh in darkness. But I perceive also that one event happened to them all. We're going to show you what that event is. Because a lot of people, when you understand this event, then you understand what God is doing. You don't get alarmed or overwhelmed or excited over certain things that you see on the news or that you hear on the radio or however you hear it, word of mouth. Things shouldn't alarm servants of God. We just pray for it if it's something that's in disarray. We don't get alarmed over it because it got to happen. Let's keep it moving. Go over to the 3rd chapter. Right on over to the 3rd chapter. Let's finish this out. This brother got to pick up his reading. We got a lot to move in this. Ecclesiastes 3, pick it up at verse 1. When you get there, brother, go ahead and read.
To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
You understand that? It's a time to every purpose under heaven. Let's show you what these purposes are. Read.
A time to born.
Hey, you got a time to be born. That's why they write in the time when you come into the world. How many pounds, ounces, the time, and the date. Read.
A time to plant and a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time to kill and a time to heal.
It's a time for somebody to be killed. Now, do you want to be the one to get killed? Do you want to be the one to be doing the killing? No. So you need people that can do that for you. It's crazy, ain't it? But it's the truth. The Lord don't use righteous folks to do evil stuff. So you need a certain amount of evil people out here to fulfill some of this stuff. Somebody got to get killed. Because the book said it. It may seem mad, but look, this ain't my creation. Read.
A time to kill.
It's a time to kill. Read.
A time to heal.
It's a time to heal.
A time to break down. And a time to build up.
It's a time to tear it up. And it's a time to fix it back up. Yeah, that's what we like saying. I'm about to tear it up. We like saying that, don't we? We ain't tearing up nothing. People like to say that. I'm going to blow this up. You ain't blowing up nothing. But it's a time for people to do that. You got people that got bombs strapped to them. They will tear it up. Now them people going to tear it up on you. Don't play with them. But you need people like that. Because the Lord said it's a time for that. Read.
A time to weep and a time to laugh.
It's a time to cry and it's a time to have laughter. Go ahead.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
It's a time to mourn and it's a time to boogie down. Ain't nothing wrong with dancing. Don't let nobody say it is. They lied to you. You got all these dance classes out here. Hip-hop, ballet. Whatever it is. There's something wrong with that, brother. See what I mean? It's a time for stuff like that, man. What's wrong with that, brother? Go ahead and read.
A time to cast away stones.
A time to cast this away. Go ahead.
And a time to gather stones together.
Yes, sir.
A time to embrace.
It's a time to hug folks. And what?
And a time to refrain from embracing.
Don't hug me. Sometimes somebody don't want me to hug. See? Can't always embrace everybody. Read.
A time to get and a time to lose.
It's a time to get things. And it's a time to lose stuff. The Lord say, why you don't suffer yourself to take hurt, to take loss. It's a time for you to lose stuff. You got it. Obviously, you may lose it. Can't keep up with everything. Then, out of sight, out of mind. You probably forgot about it. You weren't even worried about it. It's been in that cloud for 28 years. Brand new. You forgot you even bought it. You buying so many things. And I forgot. You ever went into that? You got a pair of pants, you were looking for something, and man, I didn't even know I had this. You remember when you bought it, but you forgot you had it. I'm about to put this on today. Yeah, it's too tight. I should have worn it in his right time. You waited too long. Read.
A time to keep and a time to cast away.
It's a time to keep and a time to cast away. What verse?
Beginning of 7.
Go ahead, all the way to 8 and skip down to 10. Go ahead.
A time to rent and a time to sow.
A time to tear and a time to sew it back up. Read.
A time to keep silence and a time to speak.
That's a big one. It's a time to speak. You got to speak up for yourself sometime. And it's a time you just got to keep silent. Because you know if you say something, it's going to set off a ripple effect. See? Y'all know about telling. We good at not telling. We just seen a murder. We won't say nothing. I ain't about to get involved in that. For what? Then somebody, you put a couple of dollars on the table, they telling, they whistling. Man, I got to eat. Now, you were just saying, I got to eat, man. They done blew the whistle on you. It's a time for it. Hey, if I wasn't hungry, I probably would have told on you. I lost my job, man. What time rough? Should have did it anyway. Now we try to justify. Should have did it anyway. That's the first thing we say. We didn't told. But somebody gonna tell on you, people. That's why you can't get mad. When you're doing wrong, you forget them angels. You got them birds. There's a lot of the books say the fowl of the air tell on you. There's a lot of things flying around. You thought you was in a secluded area. You forgot the bird was sitting up in the tree looking at you. Saying that you heard chirps and you just, as soon as you got done doing what you're doing, you looked up at the bird flew away. Look, you thought you got away. 20 years later, they got how you did it. They got it all the way down to a size. You ain't told nothing. That's why all these people, y'all got to understand, hey, look, I'm trying to tell you people. Where we at, man?
Beginning of 8. A time to love and a time to hate.
It's a time to love folks, and it's a time to hate folks. Now, the Lord tell you, now that is an addendum. The Lord tell you don't hate. But some people that don't serve God, he say hurt. Hey, you better hate them, that sinning and that foolishness. That's addendum on that. You just don't go around hating folks. But you don't get off and you're supposed to hate that unrighteousness. See? But it's some people that's going to hate you in general. See? They don't like you on no levels. Period. Not period. Period. You ain't even did. Now you just walked in the room. You what? Man, don't say nothing to me. You ain't even saying nothing. So people, we're going to show you that in the lesson. I'm trying to tell you. What verse?
And then an 8.
Whose phone is that going on?
You?
That's why I said. See, you weren't supposed to say that, brother.
Time to tell.
Right. Everybody blowing the whistle on people today.
My bad.
Where we at, brother?
And then an 8. A time of war, a time of peace.
It's a time of war and it's a time of peace. If war's going on, it's a time for it. You know, we always like to criticize stuff. Why they do it? Stop saying why. It's a time for it. You know, it's just like it's a bad thing that we think like this, but war's for a lot of different reasons. You know, so okay, Lord say, okay, I need to build this economy up. So these people over here acting crazy and foolish, or the Lord probably just paying them back for something that they did. That's how the Lord do. He pay you back in time. Now it's your time to get paid back. So I'm about to set this condition for this war to happen, so these people over here can prosper and come up. So they can, so we can get their community going. You got to think. Lord controlling this earth. Trust me, I'm trying to tell you, people. Where we at?
10.
Skip down, go ahead to 10 to 11 and skip down. Go ahead.
I have seen travailed which God had given to the sons of man to be exercised in it.
He give you this to be exercising in. Everything we name, we exercise ourselves in all of this. What is it that we have named that you don't exercise yourself in? Everything that life consists of, we exercise ourselves in this. We have love, we hate, we hug, we don't hug. Now, I don't know about that killing. I don't get off into all that. Some people have killed, whether intentional or not intentional. It's not, you don't want to do that. And then we got into other stuff that we got off in. But we exercise ourselves in that. Whatever the reason, I'm not God, I don't judge. As long as you ain't sin against the Holy Ghost, you can be forgiven for it. You follow me? Now, it may come with a price, though. But you probably won't get put in the fire, but you probably gonna catch something for it. Where we at?
11.
Was that the end of 11?
No, starting 11.
Go ahead, finish 11. You can skip down to 14. Go ahead.
He had made everything beautiful in his time.
Because everything is beautiful in its time. We have, when I was little coming up in Chicago, it was only certain neighborhoods that was beautiful. Now the whole city started to look beautiful. That's why it's like, when you come there, you don't understand why so much craziness happened there. Because it's a beautiful city to live in. Y'all have seen stuff. People come in the world, it's just like us. For instance, everybody didn't come in looking beautiful. But we grew to look beautiful. Physically and spiritually. You remember when you go back in some of them grammar school pictures, you like, don't show that. Because you ain't look that good. But now everybody that you was trying, that you liked, that didn't want to have nothing to do with you, you can't keep from calling you. See? Because everything beautiful in its time. You seen bad folks in this time go from bad to good. See? Where we at?
Beginning at 11.
Finish 11, man.
Also, he had set the world in their heart, so that no man can find out the works that God maketh from the beginning to the end.
And we only know what the Lord tells us. Sometimes we can't get a handle on everything that God doing and why he does it. If he don't reveal it, we don't know. Because he only revealed his secrets to his servants, the prophets. If it's not revealed through them, we do not know. Skip down to 14. Go ahead.
I know that whatsoever God doeth, it shall be forever. Nothing can be put to it, nor anything taken away from it. And God doeth it, that man should fear before him.
When God puts something on you, you can't shake it. And when God takes something off of somebody, you can't put it back on them. And he do it that people fear. Because that put fear on you. If you get certain diseases on you, you're going to be scared out of your mind. Well, how I get that? You know how you got that. Whether it's something that come in the mail, and the Lord do it, that you're going to fear. Don't play with me. See, you know what I love? I love this God. Because see, you know what? I don't care if you don't believe in God. I love to deal with people that don't believe in God. Because everything he say is going to happen. I say, just because you don't believe in this God doesn't exempt you from the consequences or anything that he said is going to happen to you. So you should check into it. Just a little bit. Check into it. Well, it ain't going to cost you nothing. It's free. Where we at?
Starting 16.
Go ahead.
And moreover, I saw under the sun the place of judgment, that wickedness was
we already
there.
know in judgment seats, we see people get off all the time in court systems. Wickedness is there. You pay you got a couple, if your bank account big and you got a lot of zeros in the account, you can do some things. Because the Lord say money is a defense. Read.
And the place of righteousness, that iniquity was there.
And you got the place where we stand. And sin is right here. So why? The Lord already forewarned you when you go into the church, it's going to be sin there too. Satan come from where? Heaven. Did he get thrown out? Why? Because sin was in them. I don't know why, people. Jesus had one of the disciples that was with Jesus. He gave him power and everything, and you still robbing them. All he had to say was, Jesus, I can't stop this stealing, man. Take this stealing spirit up off me, man. Because this money bag, I keep hitting it. I'm draining this money bag. The faster you fill it up, the faster I'm hitting it. That's all you had to say. He confessed his faults. Lord, help me. Do something so I can stop stealing. Take my hands off of something. Go ahead.
17. I said in my heart, God shall judge the righteous and the wicked.
Yep.
For there is a time there for every purpose and for every work.
Yep. Let's go to Isaiah 45. Now we're going to speed it up, people. I just had to lay that down. And I just showed you from a different angle. You probably already knew that. But sometimes we reiterate things just to put a little bit more on your mind. So now you look at things differently. Now you don't always... Now when you're listening and you hear the news or certain things that's happening, you're not alarmed. It make you look at things differently, right? Isaiah 45, pick it up at verse 5. Isaiah 45 and 5, go ahead and read.
I am the Lord, and there is none else.
Who? He said what?
I am the Lord,
And there's what?
none else.
See, this God, this is a disrespectful God to other gods. This God disrespectful. He say, there ain't no other gods. Read.
There is no God beside me.
See, when other people serve other gods, I say, look, man, this God, he trumping over your God. Can you tell me something in whatever book you read that can trump this? Read.
I girded thee, though thou hast not known me.
Read.
That they may know from the rising of the sun and from the west that there is none beside me.
There ain't none beside me, Sleepy. Read.
I am the Lord, and there is none else.
There is none else. Read.
I formed the light and created darkness.
What is there more for your God to do? He said, I form the light and create darkness. Now, I'm going to say one thing. If he create darkness, take away darkness and light. How do that look? He said he created it, right?
Yes, sir.
Take away dark and light. How do that look? See, that's past. Come on, let's read.
I make peace.
He said, I make peace.
Created evil.
And I create evil. If peace is in the world, he created it. And he create evil, people. That's why I don't get along. I'm in Chicago, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not in the best community, but I don't see none of that stuff y'all see on the news. I just hear about it like y'all. And I'm here in the city. Y'all think I'm joking. I go anywhere I want to in that city. I don't care how bad the neighborhood. And I don't never see it. I hear about it on the news like y'all. Like, hey, that just happened just around the corner. And then you go around the corner, it's all cleaned up. Where we at?
The ending of 7.
Read.
I, the Lord, do all these things.
He do all them things. Read.
Drop down, ye heavens.
Yes, sir.
Above. And let the skies pour down righteousness.
Yes, sir.
Let the earth open. And let them bring forth salvation.
Yes, sir.
And let righteousness spring up together. I, the Lord, have created it.
That's cold. That's a condition. He shows you. These are things, these are conditions. How can you mess with this God? Y'all don't understand the deepness of God. Read.
Woe unto him that striveth with his maker.
How you going to strive with God? You striving with God saying what he can't do or what he don't do. Or what he is going to do. You what? Read.
Let the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth.
You got the pot trying to strive with the pot shred. You the pot people. This is not your creation. This is the Lord's creation. You are created. You didn't create nothing. Them kids, even your kids ain't yours. They came through you. But the Lord owned them. That's why you can't take nobody's life. What you thought? You thought this is, what do you thought? The Lord show you this all around in life. Everything you got, somebody gave you. Even your language, how to read, and even how to operate. Even how to take care of yourself. What did you think? And guess what? You didn't create none of it. And guess what? If he gives you something that you're good at, it was a gift that he gave you. Some people, he gave many gifts. Some people can sing, write. They can do a whole bunch of stuff. Cook, play sport. They can do, you've seen people that can do multi-gifts. Some people get other gifts. Everybody got a gift. You may not know what it is yet, but everybody has one. If it's just being a knucklehead. I'm just saying. He good at, hey, you got some people that's good at fighting. And you know what? We go get them when somebody is messing with us. Go get big woo-woo. Big woo coming there. Because he good at what he good at. Everybody knows somebody they call security, right? No, everybody knows somebody that's security. You ain't even got to say nothing. You look at him, that's security right there. He probably be the soft and cuddling and ain't gonna harm nothing. But his look make you think twice about start anything with him. You don't want to do nothing to him, offend that person. And I don't care who you are. Yeah, that's security right there. What we have first?
Middle of 9.
Go ahead.
Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth it, what makest thou?
Because don't get mad. Go ahead.
Or thy works, he had no hands?
Hey, the Lord created you. Lord, you made me with my lips too big. I made you. Lord, I want colored eyes. You getting the eyes I gave you. And I'm going to tell y'all something, people. If you don't like your look, you keep this look for eternity. Ain't that right?
Yes, sir.
You think that's right? Jesus been, hey, that's how they recognized Jesus when he came out of the grave. That's how when he showed the vision, and they showed the vision of Moses and all them, they look the same. You look the same. If you don't like it, hey, I'm sorry, but hey, I don't make people. I don't do that. So, but that's something to let you know, love yourself. Because the Lord say he don't look on you like man do. He look on the heart. Don't matter. I don't care who they is. It's just like when I was in school. I don't care how they look. If they had something I needed, that's my best friend. Period. Not period, period. It's over with. And then it was people, look, I don't know about everybody else, but I was attracted to women that wasn't that attractive. Now you gonna act like you wasn't either, okay. Now I'm the only one in that act that like unattractive women. That's some, let me shut up. But I'm just saying, because it was how they handled themselves and how they talked. You know, I like that. But the ones that was looking good, they didn't handle themselves like that. Lord, talk about a virtuous woman. Her price is far above rubies. It didn't say her looks, was it? It said her price. Where we at?
10.
Go ahead.
Woe unto him that says unto his father, what begettest thou?
What you doing, God? Read.
Or to the woman, what hast thou brought forth?
What you bringing forth? What you making, God? And this is what we do when we see things going on out here in the world. If Trump is the president, he the president. Stop messing with that dude. Because if you was the president, then what would you want to say? He say, speak evil of no man. If he the president, he the president. Just keep it moving, people. You got to learn how to work around things. Sometimes I like to see some of the crazy stuff he do. Just to let people know, because you in that political crowd don't mean you can't be crazy. He ain't going to do, listen, people, y'all got to understand. Have America went down, people still eat, people still going to work. Everybody, the Lord told you what to watch for. So he can't frustrate God's plan. And people forget these smaller tidbits. They forget everybody waking back up, doing their job, talking about it. It couldn't be that bad. It couldn't be that bad. You see any oppositions of anybody coming on America and attacking them? Did our defense system go down? No. Is it a drought over here where there's no water and food coming in? No. Couldn't be that bad. Are we broke? There's still billionaires that still stay over here. I don't see everybody flee. See? We don't think on these little smaller tidbits. Because we looking on the small stuff instead of getting the outlook on things. That's what I'm showing you in this. What verse is that, man?
Beginning of 11.
Let's get in 11.
Yeah.
Go ahead to 13.
Thus says the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, and his Maker, ask me of things to come concerning my son.
Right.
And concerning the works of my hand, command ye me.
Go ahead.
I have made the earth.
I did that.
And created man upon it.
I did that as well.
I, even my hands, have stretched out the heavens.
Yes, sir.
And all their hosts have I commanded.
I did all that. Read.
I have raised him up in righteousness, and I will direct all his ways.
Some of his ways.
All his ways.
So who's directing man's ways? All you do is get the choice, and he do the directing. You choose bad, good. I got a bad sergeant for you. He'll direct you to what you need to do. You doing righteous, good. I got righteous folks to give you commandment. They'll show you what to do. He directing it all. Nobody out here on freelance. What you thought? What type of world you thought you were living in? You got God twisted. You better ask about Jesus. What verse are we at?
Middle of 13.
Well, I keep asking you that.
He shall build my city.
He shall build his what?
My city.
Have they stopped doing that?
Nope.
Read.
And he shall let go my captives, not for price nor reward, says the Lord of hosts.
Now, we seen, this is one thing where you got to understand this. Now, we seen United States put tariffs on a country, right? But they just reversed it. See what I mean? Nobody's silly. People just like to play and talk to show. That's what men do. That's what we do. Who the strongest? I got. That's what we do. I'm stronger than you. But all in all, we know we probably in the back door. Look, man, we got to stop this, man. People got to go to work, man. They got to stop all this. We got people to eat and feed. It's too much crime out here. Come on. I got to think. Think on how we operate. Think on how we operate. Sometimes we be screaming and hollering, but we doing all that screaming. We ain't gonna do nothing. Lord controlling everything. You can run your mouth all you want. Now that's the end of that, right?
Yes, sir.
Let's keep it moving. Now, let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs 16. I was going to take you to show you the Lord created the deaf and the dumb. But we press for time, and I don't want to miss out on some of these examples I want to show you. So let's skip. Hey, man, I say we got time to wait. I think this guy just like to be heard. Proverbs. Proverbs. Y'all want me to take y'all a long way or the short way? Okay. Go to Exodus 4. I'm going to put it on y'all plate. Now, I'm going to try to zoom y'all through it, but if we going slow, it's because of the reader. I don't put nothing to my charge. I'm the guest. That's it. Exodus 4. This is something else the Lord created. I was going to leave it out, but I ain't going to leave it out. Exodus 4, pick it up at verse 10.